You know those creators who just get it? The ones whose passion for the games is so infectious, it practically jumps through the screen.
You read that title correctly. I love balls.
Well, for me, that person is Maximilian Dood. Arguably the most recognizable face in the fighting game community. We are talking about a guy who turned in lifelong passion into a full-time, hype-filled career, and somehow still seems to be the one who gets the public's opinion and voices them in a nice, digestible way. So sit down, relax, and let's look at Maximilian Dood and what is this magic that he got.
Let's go! Let's go, boys!
First thing first, who is Maximilian Dood? His full name is Maximilian Miles Christiansen, born back in '83, making him 41 at the time of this recording. He's not just a YouTuber, he's a fighting game player, a commentator, and even a tournament organizer. But if you ever watched his content, you'll know his number one priority is crystal clear: getting excited for games and providing maximum hype viewing experience.
Fighting their way onto Nintendo Switch as one collection.
What?
Flash and X-Men vs. Street Fighter.
What the?
Duke it out.
Before he was the internet personality we all know and love, Max actually had a background as an animator, illustrator, and a video game producer. He started his YouTube journey way back in 2007, uploading casual and tournament gameplay videos of classics like Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, and hey, he even played some Call of Duty. But his life took a significant turn in 2011, when he was laid off from his job as an online video game producer. But this surprisingly led to his big break. So Max is laid off. But here's where the universe aligned, as he puts it. Capcom, yes, the Capcom, noticed his channel and approached him with an offer. Make official game tutorials for Marvel vs. Capcom 3? This was a groundbreaking moment, because at the time, Capcom rarely worked officially with community creators. In fact, they usually didn't even care that they existed. Max took this opportunity and ran with it, creating his iconic web series, Assist Me.
Let's play some video games! Yay, yay!
It wasn't just your usual dry tutorials. It was a theatrical, parody meets dramatic series where Max and his unwanted roommate, Dr. Doom, played by Matt Simmons, guided various characters through their mechanics. The series was hugely popular, gaining recognition and even praise from Capcom themselves. These videos were a massive undertaking, sometimes involving live-action segments, requiring months of planning, shooting, and editing. Max himself handled all the editing, special effects, writing, planning, and directing. He even revealed that for his skits, he doesn't use storyboards, it's all in my head. But Assist Me was only the beginning. Max diversified his content, moving into The Online Warrior, matchmaking commentary, where he analyzes gameplay and highlights his sessions. Boss Rage, a montage series of Max and Yo video games crew challenging and often hilariously failing to defeat infamously difficult bosses on the hardest settings. This series truly resonated with people, because as Max noted, people can sympathize with this. Just like I'm so close, and the computer just pulls out the most asinine game-breaking stuff, that's funny. People love watching someone struggle, and they relate to how ridiculously hard some games can be for no reason. I already mentioned his crew earlier, Yo Video Games, a weekly series where Max and his friends play various games together. He actually started this in 2013, specifically so he could hang out with people and still create content. Recognizing that content creation can be a lonely business, and this is a good excuse to hang out with friends. Rate the Super, which is probably his most famous series, at least in terms of viewership. The concept is very simple. He looks at supers and ultimates from different fighting games and gets his reaction. Whether it's just screaming about stupid looking supers, assigning arbitrary numbers and inviting arguments. Easy to make, millions of views and a great interaction.
Wow! 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 What the fuck? It kept going. I thought they were gonna pull out and it was gonna be the solar system. I thought we were going one level further. I thought this shit wasn't gonna stop. The solar system, the Milky Way. God damn, bro.
Real talk commentaries, where he dives into industry topics, like his take on fighting game accessibility or the relationship between YouTube and Twitch. He's found that people now prefer his candid, unscripted content over heavily scripted analysis. Max's content explosion, particularly with the success of Killer Instinct 2013, cemented his shift from just YouTube videos to also embracing streaming as an equally important platform. And nowadays he garners equally impressive numbers on Twitch, getting tens of thousands of viewers whenever he streams. And he co-hosts massive shows like Evo. Max is known for his schedule. The man is a machine. He's been posting at least a video per day for over a decade now, with thousands of videos under his belt. Over 5,000, I believe. His typical day: get up, figure out what I'm gonna make that day, make it, get it on the channel live, get everything ready for it to go live, and then broadcast for 5 to 6 hours. 5 to 6 days a week. Even his days off often involve making more videos. When asked how he maintains this grind, especially as a self-proclaimed procrastinator, he gave a fascinating insight. He has a natural acute fear of boredom. He describes it as a physical density building in his chest that only alleviates when he starts working. That's some serious internal motivation. Of course, this level of dedication comes with a few sacrifices. The biggest for him has been consistent friendships and social life. However, he finds balance by prioritizing his family and cherishes the moment he gets to go outside, even making it a daily morning routine. Despite his massive audience, Max would not consider himself an influencer, so to say. He's not driven by internet fame, it's his love of gaming itself that keeps him devoted to the grind. His philosophy on growth is quite counterintuitive. He reached about 500,000 subscribers by trying to expand his demographic. But then he changed his goal. I'm gonna focus on just the ones that are around right now. I stopped focusing on that and just was having as much fun with the things that I knew that people have been hanging around for like. I grew another 500,000 way faster. He believes in making his existing audience happy by doing what he loves, and if people like it, they'll subscribe. He also has a pretty unique approach to criticism and haters. While it was difficult early on, he learned that if you just keep going, they'll go away. He's right, the energy eventually gets redirected. He also stresses that the responsibility that comes with a bigger audience, aiming to make everything he says constructive. He's clear that he's not just a journalist. He's giving his opinions, and yes, he's going to be biased about things he loves, which might make him even more critical of them. Max isn't just a creator. He's a central figure in the fighting game community. He's been a commentator for major events like Evo, and he has hosted his own tournaments, like the Killer Instinct World Cup. His contributions were recognized at Evo 2015, where he received the Honorary Canon Award for his exceptional work in the FGZ. This was a dream to come true for him, experiencing the main stage in an unexpected but ultimately better way. Nowadays at Evo, his focus has shifted from himself to making the experience better for others, through giveaways, free posters, and long meet and greets. He also has meetings with sponsors and developers, offering some consulting. Max has openly critiqued fighting game development, especially Capcom's approach to Street Fighter V. He argues that casualizing fighting games by stripping mechanics isn't necessarily attracting new players. He points to Smash Bros. Ultimate as an example. It made mechanics harder, but sold hugely by adding everyone, a deep, varied roster and plenty of content. He strongly advocates for designing games for fun, not just for balance or competition. He cites the legendary developer Neo G, behind beloved games like Street Fighter 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, who explicitly designed for fun, not balance. Max believes fun and competitiveness can coexist, as evidenced by many popular tournament games that were not designed with competitive balance as their primary goal. His passion for fighting games is deep. A 30-year passion. He loves the process of finding sick tech, attending events, and even reminiscing about growing up in arcades, finding good competition, and leaving a story of like, who the hell was that? For him, streaming his Killer Instinct gameplay was a direct translation of the arcade experience of showing off cool moves to an audience. Max does acknowledge that sometimes the FGC can feel like an echo chamber, where 5% of the narrative is being controlled. But he believes the viability of fighting games is proven by massive sales figures like Mortal Kombat 11, and that viewership and audience engagement are far more important than just tournament entry numbers. Even with his immense success, Max experiences burnout, usually once a year. His output might half for a month, or he takes a small break, but it always serves to remind him how much he truly loves what he does. Looking to the future, fighting games will remain his primary focus, making up 60 to 70% of his content. While he loves fighting games, it won't stop him from talking about his other passions. He loves RPGs, Final Fantasy series being one of his favorites. With Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 coming out, you can expect many videos from him on that matter. And with the new Marvel fighting game coming out, you can bet he will love that, and a new Virtua Fighter. Yeah, those are all gonna be big games on his channel. Max's journey is a testament to consistency, a genuine passion, and adapting to the ever-evolving landscape of online content. He has been relevant for a decade. He has managed to cultivate a massive, dedicated community by simply being himself, an enthusiastic gamer who wants to share the hype with everyone. So, if there's one message to take from this, is this. Stop maliciously hating other fighting games, because it doesn't help anybody. If you want to support fighting games, do so by watching, do so by loving what you love. And that, my friends, was my video about Maximilian Dood, and his success, and why he's successful. He loves games, shares what he loves, and we all like it. Hopefully it wasn't too much glazing, but hey, even that's fine now and again. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, all that YouTube stuff. And tell me, what's your favorite Maximilian Dood series or moment? See you all in the next one.
The coolest shit I've ever seen.